This is stupid. See this? This? You know what this is? This is stupid. That's what this is. This is stupid. It's a mailing from Geoff Davis. That's right. From Geoff Dracula Davis. That's right. It's a mailing from old Drac himself. Now see this, a year in review from Congressman Geoff Davis. That's what this is here, this mailing, and it's stupid because it's a whole bunch of stupid garbage like this, like where he talks about his REINS Act. He doesn't even understand, our congressman from my district, he doesn't even understand separation of powers, but he's a congressman somehow. Of course, the elections are all rigged, so now we know how we got elected, but he doesn't even understand separations of powers. He talks about his REINS Act, where it says he complains that too often Congress delegates its constitutional authority for making laws to the executive branch through regulations. Well, doesn't he understand? No, that's not what's happening. I mean, what does he think the legislative branch has been doing? The legislative branch has been taking over executive and judicial functions. So he doesn't even understand, they try to decide what's constitutional. Isn't that a judicial function? He's here trying to decide what's constitutional. That's not what the legislative branch is supposed to do. That's supposed to be what the judicial branch does. And he's trying to take over executive powers. That's what the executive branch does. So no, he doesn't. Drac Davis doesn't even understand separation of powers here. And it says, and he's got this stupid REINS Act, which doesn't make any sense at all. Because he thinks that stuff that the executive branch does can't be carried out until Congress approves it, and that's completely wrong. But he goes on and on. This stuff in this newsletter, it's not even legible. You can't even understand half of this stuff. It's stupid. So I'm gonna really call him to task, and he's got office locations. He's got convenient office locations in Fort Mitchell, in LaGrange, in Williamstown. How convenient! But see now, when you see Geoff Davis, Geoff Davis looks so much like Dracula that you could almost hear him talking like in a Dracula-like voice, like the Count from Sesame Street. Like, you know who I'm talking about. The guy that always goes, one stupid newsletter. But that's almost what you think of when you think of him. Because he actually looks like he's got blood dripping out of his mouth. Like during the debates, he sits there and goes and hyperventilates and smirks and grins the whole time. It looks like he's got... There was one columnist around here who said that after a debate that Geoff Davis looked like he had a nice big glass of blood. But look what I'm gonna do. Watch. Oh no! Spit! There is one cup of spit. And now I'm gonna throw it away without even reading the rest of it. Now see, that's what we do to... Oh, he's a terrible congressman. But right now I'm gonna check the latest news. If it lets me. Okay. Latest breaking news. See if anybody in Congress did anything stupid today, like they usually do. Like, usually lately though, the stupidest ones have been some of the dumbest new members of Congress now are Alan West and Taliban Dan Webster, and they're both from Florida. But this is funny here. There's a funny congressional. This is funny. This is just some stupid scandal. Some Republican member of Congress. God, it was Mary Bono Mack, Republican, California. It says Congresswoman Mary Bono Mack has been caught on camera in a lurid scandal where another woman is apparently licking her breast. RadarOnline.com has exclusively obtained the photo. It shows the powerful politician in a playful but compromising position with a campaign donor who is now being investigated by the FBI. And somebody below the article, they wrote, Republicans have the best damn scandals. But it's funny. I mean, think about it for a minute. It's a funny scandal. But the fact that goes on, it's that she is a campaign donor is being investigated by the FBI, and then this stuff happens. I mean, it's almost you can't write funnier fiction than this. When you see stuff like that about a Republican congresswoman, no less, Republican. Now, you know that if a Democrat had been involved in the same thing, this would be front page headlines. But the only person covering this is there's only one website covering this, though, because it's a Republican. It's not covered anywhere else. Imagine if a Green Party member had done this. Oh man, that would be it. But still, it's funny. Of course, then again, I don't know if this is as big of a deal as some of the other scandals. Like the stuff Tom DeLay did was a lot worse than this, of course. I mean, this is nothing. This is nothing. I mean, really. So I'm not going to make a big issue with this. I'm not going to make a big issue with this. But come on, Congress. Pull it together. So I guess I'm just gonna have to now if her newsletter had been spit on, that would have been a big scandal, wouldn't it? Now, if I had taken that newsletter and burned it, that would have been even funnier. But there's not like there's places around to burn stuff. There's places around for people to make a whole bunch of noise with power tools, but there's nothing around for me to do funny things like burn congressional newsletters or things like that. But that's just part of life, I guess. That's making noise with power tools is free speech, but burning a congressional newsletter, now that's a crime of the century. He burned a congressional newsletter.